So it's been 4 years as of this past January that I retired early after a 30-year career. It feels wonderful to not have to return back to work out of necessity or out of boredom. I literally worked with people that worked 50 plus years. Some of them didn't work those 50 years because they loved the work. They worked it because they had to, right? I didn't want that for myself, nor do I want that for you. My channel is a culmination of all things that led to my financial literacy, my transition from work life to retired life, and the steps that led to me finding a softer life, a softer way of living by moving abroad. It is my hope that my story, my journey, and some of the steps that I took help you make some moves that will help you and your family move forward in a way that feels good to you, in a way that makes it less stressful for you, and for you to see that it is not only possible for you to either retire early, retire at all, but when you do retire, to retire well. It's important to me, especially for folks that look just like me, that you're able to do that. Our communities we've not received some of the help that other communities have received, nor have we received all of the information, and so it sometimes makes it a little harder for us to be able to make that transition from work life to retired life, and in a way that is befitting of the career that we gave to those companies. I guess I haven't introduced myself. I'm Dee. I'm the brown girl behind Brown Girls Trade Too. On this channel, I will mostly talk about my day trading and swing trading journey, right? My transition, well, not transition. I invested quite a bit, and I actually still invest. My investing, my day trading, as well as my expat life. Even though I will talk about day trading quite a bit, day trading is not what got me to where I am, being retired. Investing did. Solid, consistent, and conservative investing over a long period of time. So you may not have that same time horizon, but as long as you start investing, that is the way to build wealth, and that is the way to ensure that you will be able to retire early, retire well, or just be comfortable, right? The day trading, I kind of do it for fun, for a way for me not to touch my retirement accounts, and to fund my life, to fund my expatting, to fund my fun and adventure. That's what this channel will be about. It's my hope that you will either start to invest more, or consider how you're spending your money or where you're putting your money to work. You'll hear people say that they work hard for their money. I don't really believe in that. I mean, I work hard, but I would like my money to work harder for me than I'm working for it. I think that every dollar deserves to be given a job, and that job is for it to go out and bring more dollars back, right? That is what allowed me to be able to retire before I was 50 years old, and that is what allows me to not have to consider going back to work out of necessity, right? If I wanted to go back to work, I can. I just don't want to. I wanted to make work optional, and that's exactly what I did. So let's talk a little bit about investing. Some people will say that investing is gambling. I think not investing is gambling. I think that trusting that there will be a safety net for you in your retirement years, that's gambling. We don't know what will be there. We don't know how much we'll be entitled to, or if we'll even be entitled to something, right? I think that no one is going to take care of your money better than you are, so you don't have to rely on finding a financial planner or a financial advisor to help you direct your money. There are tools out here that will very easily help you be able to put your money in a place that will work for you, right? It doesn't have to be hard. There's not all this, ton of studying and all that. You don't have to do all of that anymore. There are, again, tools. There are mediums. That's a bad word. There are, they're tools, right? Investment tools that will allow you to be able to put your money somewhere fairly safely, right? There's always going to be risk involved. But again, I think the bigger risk is thinking that you're going to be able to work forever, because you can't, right? At some point, your body will not allow you to. At some point, you having to take care of emergencies along the way will eat away at the money that you do have. Your work-life years will not extend into your 70s, 80s, 90s. Something needs to have been built for you. Some fund, some capital needs to have been built for you to be able to live off of, right? This is the time to start doing it if you haven't already. And if you have, now's the time to maybe tweak some things, right? So that they are working better for you, right? Optimize your savings, optimize your investments, right? Allow those dollars to work in a better way for you so that they bring back better gains or lessen the risk that you put on the table. All of those things are important. I mean, these things may sound high level to you right now, or they may be basic. Either way, as a community, you and I, we can help each other. So let's do that. There's people that will say they don't know how to invest. You're actually an investor now. It just depends on what side of the investment you're on. Are you the consumer or are you the owner of those investments? I say that you need to be the owner of those investments. I'll give you an example. I can walk through any one of your homes and find any number of Procter & Gamble products, any number of Johnson & Johnson products. You might be wearing Nikes right now. You might be watching this on an Apple iPhone or an Apple iMac or whatever, right? Those companies, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Apple, Home Depot, Nike, all of those companies are companies that you should own. I would own, let's say that. So the reason I'm saying this is if you use the products, you should at least own the company so that they send you back some of the gains that they make from growing that company, right? Send you dividends. Dividends are wonderful. They're wonderful because you buy something one time, right? And they continue to pay you over time as long as you hold that asset, right? So people rag me. I'm actually doing this. I actually have a Android phone. People rag me all the time because they, why don't you have an Apple? Well, listen, you leave me and my Android alone, and you just keep buying all those Apple products so that they can send me dividends. Thank you very much. You getting into this will be a good way for you to help your children or your family get into it as well. So I mentioned children because, kids watch what we do, not just what we say, right? And you would want your kid to do better than you're doing, right? Just like your parents wanted you to do better than them. If your kid is coming to you every couple months and saying, buy me some $150, $200, $300 Nikes, you better have given them some Nike stock by now. It doesn't make sense to give that company that kind of money and not receive some of the growth that you're creating for that company, right? And it helps your children not just have a consumer mindset. They shouldn't just want an Apple phone and not be able to benefit from the growth of Apple, the company. If your kids are running around here eating snacks, any of the toes, Cheetos, Doritos, Fritos, all of those companies are PepsiCo, right? PepsiCo is not just Pepsi the drink. They own quite a lot of lines of products. If you eat Quaker Oats oatmeal, that's PepsiCo, right? So again, these are examples where you're using the products. Own the company as well. Use the products and own the company. That's all I'm asking. You can do that.